What's going on, Banger TV? It's your boy Chris Thrash. Today, we take you beyond the farthest reaches of outer space. That's right, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Starship Banger Prize to seek out new riffs and new thrash civilizations. To boldly go where no metalhead has gone before. To new fucking Cryptosis who are from the Netherlands? The Dutch?
The Dutch are scum.
In case you've just crash landed and don't know a goddamn clue about Cryptosis, here's what you need to know. This Dutch progressive thrash band was formed in 2013 under the name Distillator, later changing to Cryptosis in 2019. The band's early days saw them influenced by traditional thrash metal scenes, but gradually embraced more progressive and technical elements in their sound. Their debut album, Bionic Swarm, was wildly praised. Let's see if the follow-up is a Wrath of Khan or Section 31. Okay, so the good of this album. If you're a fan of odd time signatures and the rhythmic overlord that transcends the reaches of the galaxy, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this album. Right off the hop with Faceless Matter and Static Horizon, you're slapped with a Mach 5 overdrive of Cryptosis's full range of dynamic excellence. Faceless Matter hits real fucking hard, and as the album progresses, you quickly get the sense that this band doesn't want a specific genre label. There's a great length of musicianship and genre influence from this band, from black metal to thrash metal and progressive metal. The fact that they have synths and a mellotron, not a megatron, courtesy of bassist Frank Dariet on this record too, it's not always the easiest in metal to pull off, incorporating something like a synth or an additional instrument, especially something like a mellotron, but these guys make it look fucking easy. The outro of Static Horizon, for example, is a great example of synths elevating the ethereal, lost in the void atmosphere of this album. Specifically in the song Static Horizon, at the 2-minute and 4-second marker, shows the band's eloquence of building layers on top of songs with structures walking you down their creative path. Much like onions and ogres, they have layers.
You get it! We both have layers.
Black and thrash influences. Tracks like The Silent Call harken back to early 2000s Skeleton Witch Beyond the Permafrost, with an ethereal space album that makes you feel like you're suspended in Earth's gravitational pull. The atmospheric black metal-esque from the rhythm section, especially drummer Marco Priege, is welcoming and efficient at setting the atmosphere of this album. The 2-minute and 23 marker of Silent Call specifically showcases a brilliant masterclass of transition mid-song from a more bombastic blackened thrash song to a darker blackened death metal song halfway through. A lot of good left-handed turns on this album that keeps the listener on the edge of your seat, and something that you really wouldn't expect to hear from this band based off of their first release. Reign of Infinite especially I love because it's more of a blitzkrieg thrash intro, and by the time the synths and mellotron come in, it brings you into that space horror epic that they're really going for on this. Absent Present is another prime example of the lost in space, chilling horror that the music brings that makes you feel like you're going to get hit by a fucking face hugger around the corner and you gotta fight for your life. Smells like weed, someone's getting arrested. Not me, bitch. In Between Realities is so fucking truculent, it makes me want to kick Galactus in the horn while screaming into the void of outer space that the merch dude says that they're out of your t-shirt size. I hate when that happens. The 150 mark of Cryptosphere has some memorable leads and memorable drum fills complemented by the rhythmic excellence from bassist Frank de Riet. The bad motherfucker I have too. There's parts where I really loved about this album. It really sets the tone with a whole horror space epic. I would wouldn't mind of hearing them lean a little bit more into the guitar work of this because there's so much building onto these epics. I just want to get hit in the face by a really fucking bombastic solo, especially at the ending of Ascending. It was just building and there was a great guitar lead on it, and I felt like it could have gone a little bit further. The track Motionless and Balance is a great example where it gives you a sense that they're building into something grandiose and epic, but falls a little bit short at times. I would have enjoyed a lot more shred on this record. In Between Realities, again, gives you some great taste of guitar shred, but before it can build up, it's just kind of left as quickly as they got there. Coda Wander Into the Light, again, didn't really feel like it added a whole lot to the album. By the time I finished listening to this record, it just kind of felt like an accompanying track. I would have had rather they had tightened up or just included a little bit more shred. So, what's the verdict on this album? It's a 4 out of 5 for me. Honestly, this is a 6 sophomore record from Kryptosis. I feel that with this record, they have their own brand of sound, and challenge to the band, if you can get a theremin and get some Star Trek going vibes on the next record, goddamn, I'll be all over that. So if you're a fan of this band, this record is just going to elevate your overall experience of them, and there's a lot more I feel that they can deliver to the listener on their next record. Now, time for some shoutouts. Black metal band Ninkarzog with their EP, The Black Swords of Winter, out now via Vendetta Records. All the way from Hamilton, Ontario, Zero Tolerance, with their independent release Tender is a Flesh, and Hexecutor, Where Spirit Withers in Its Flesh Constraint, out now. Before we sign off, let's test the effects of zero gravity. This is Chris Thrash, BangerTV.